In the bustling coastal city of Dalian, China, a little girl named Tong Sha was born in 1995. The only child of devoted parents, Tong Sha and Yang Su, Tong was their pride and joy. From an early age, she was the kind of child who seemed destined for greatness, talented in both art and academics, playing piano, dancing, and excelling in her studies. Whether she dreamed of becoming a biologist or a sculptor, her friends and family believed she could achieve anything. She earned a spot at Dalian Yuming Senior High School, one of the best in the city, a place known for producing top scorers in China's notoriously difficult college entrance exams, the Gaokao. But life doesn't always follow the plan. While her boyfriend at the time secured a place at a top Chinese university, Tong narrowly missed her goal. She was heartbroken and uncertain about her future. Instead of giving up, she decided to push herself even further. She would leave China entirely, moving to the United States to study chemical engineering at Iowa State University. Her parents, in an extraordinary act of love, gave her their life savings, around $100,000, to make her dream possible. Before leaving China, Tong traveled to Beijing in July 2011 to take her English exam. There, she met Xiangnan Li, another student preparing to study in America. He was headed to the Rochester Institute of Technology in New York. They bonded over their shared ambitions, but to Tong's friends and family, Li didn't seem like the one. She insisted it was casual. In 2012, Tong arrived at Iowa State University. She was thriving, earning top grades, making friends easily, teaching Chinese to fellow students, and enjoying college life. Her roommates adored her, calling her "little sister" because of her petite frame, just 5'2". But Li was still in the picture, at least, at first from a distance. Soon, he made a surprising decision. He transferred to Iowa State to be near her. With no place to stay, Li temporarily moved into Tong's shared apartment. It didn't go well. He didn't socialize, didn't help with chores, and grew possessive, always asking where she was, who she was with. By September 2014, Tong had been confiding in a new friend, someone she was beginning to have feelings for. She admitted she wanted to end things with Li for good, but there was one last loose end, a pre-planned weekend getaway with Li to a local motel. She told her friend she'd use the trip to sort things out once and for all. On September 5, they checked into the budget inn and suites. Staff knew the couple from previous stays. CCTV later showed them shopping at a gas station, nothing appearing unusual. But that night, Li purchased a large suitcase and 2 dumbbells from local stores. He also booked a one-way ticket to China. On September 7, Tong's father texted her about replacing her lost glasses. Her replies were short and uncharacteristic. Later that night, one of her roommates received a strange message, supposedly from Tong, claiming she was taking a bus to Minnesota and would be gone for a week. Days passed. She missed classes. Friends couldn't reach her. No one in mid-November had seen her. On September 18, her roommates filed a missing person report. Investigators discovered Li had already left the US, flying to China on September 8th. He had used Tong's phone to send misleading texts before leaving. On September 26, police found Tong's car parked under a tree near Li's old apartment. The smell coming from it was unmistakable. Inside the trunk, in a suitcase, was Tong's body, badly decomposed, with a dumbbell and a bloody towel. The autopsy revealed she had died from blunt force trauma and asphyxiation. Detectives pieced together the timeline. Days before the trip, Lee had overheard Tong on the phone with her friend, talking about ending things. He stayed silent, listened for half an hour, and later posted online, "F my life." They believed he had meticulously planned the killing: the suitcase, the weights, the booked ticket, the attempt to dispose of her body in the Skunk River. When the river proved too shallow, he left her in the trunk instead. China has no extradition treaty with the US, and authorities feared Lee would escape justice. But after cooperation between US and Chinese police, and a wave of social media pressure in China, Lee surrendered in May 2015. In 2016, he pleaded guilty to intentional homicide in a Chinese court. Tong's parents hoped for the death penalty, but Lee was sentenced to life in prison, a term that could later be reduced under Chinese law.
Our ceremony, as dozens of friends and fellow ISU students gathered here on the South Lawn on campus to honor Tong.
She will be remembered as a young girl who had been loved, cared for by her friends and family.
It is an honor to be able to work with international students like Tong.
Tong Sha was just 19 when she came to America chasing her dreams. She was brilliant, kind, and full of life. Her friends remember her laughter, her generosity, and the way she inspired everyone around her. Her roommate, Jean, still carries a prayer book Tong gave her, bookmarked on the date they last saw each other. The page reads, "Remind me that I do not walk alone, but with all those whose aim is to walk with you." For Jean, it's a sign that her little sister is still with her, always.